Hey everybody, time for another game theory video. If you like the videos, like, sub, silly comment, share, support the channel if you can. I appreciate it. Thanks. Super chat, PayPal, Patreon, super comment the video, super over the video if you want to. I appreciate it. Thanks. I'm gonna do a video talking about, I guess the weekend in review. People are talking about Avatar, Avatar. And the Marvel Tocon bait, all that kind of stuff. And okay, dude. Why are you guys asking me about Avatar? Why is you guys asking me about Avatar, dude? I feel like this is, and I know people, there's going to be, obviously, I have a lot of haters that watch my videos. And, maybe there's a smidge of you that like me. Maybe just a few of you guys like me. But I've already told you guys this, dude. And I know it makes some people angry, but I would think that you would be, if you're able to be honest with yourself, I think you can watch my videos and you can tell. I said this so many times before. I only do combos because I can do them, dude. When I make all my game theory videos, what do I normally focus on? Stuff that isn't combos, right? I like talking about video games on a deeper level, right? I don't care about just, a combo this, a combo this. I do the combos because I can do them. That's all. When I look at the Avatar game, what is the new perspective of that you would think if you were to consider me, if you consider me an intellectual? We say that loosely. We know I'm pretty dumb, but it sounds so stupid to say because I am pretty stupid, but for some reason, so many, big brain people in the video game community, they can't have it's pretty sad when you think that there's supposed to be smart people in the video game community and you've been outperformed by me somehow, right? But when I look at the Avatar game, I'm like, what is interesting to this? What is interesting for me? Like what? Within a few hours, somebody was already posting like, is it Katara or Kara or maybe that's the girl Avatar? Korra is the girl Avatar. It's the water girl. I've seen the series. I just forget their names. It's been a long time. But the girl waterbender, someone within a few hours of the game is released, has already posted an infinite or something in the beta. Hey, look at this, Clayton. People are saying, hey, look, it's a combo. Isn't this cool? It's like, I guess. I think people, that kind of stuff I don't know, people, they just don't seem to get it no matter how many times I say. Combos don't interest me that much, right? I do it because I can do it. But looking at people, playing a game and, oh my God, look at this combo, look at this combo, look at this combo. Okay, well, someone, if you want to, by all means, right, what is the new perspective on Avatar? Put it in my comments if you want. What is the new system? Is the new system big brain? I don't know, because all I saw is people just talking about, oh, look at this combo, look at this combo. Oh my God, you get hit once. That we've only played the game for 1 hour. Hey, look at you play. We've hit you once, you've automatically lost the match. That just isn't interesting to me, right? I understand some people have fun with it, and I'm not saying that. Obviously combos are, I've made a video before, almost like a necessary evil. Of course, video games have to progress. But if if your main reason for showing me a game is just look at this combo, I mean, that just isn't interesting to me, dude. And I've said so many times before, why do people get so angry at me for the stuff that I've done in games? It's because I've done combos that aren't supposed to exist with characters that aren't supposed to be able to do combos, right? That's why people get so mad at me, right? Because I've done stuff that people never even thought was possible. You want me to be interested in doing combos for a game that within like 1 hour of the game, someone has already showed off an infinite? Come on, dude. You got to sell me on, I'm old. You got to sell me in another way on the game, dude. That's not like thought provoking to me. It's cool that Avatar fans have a fighting game. And, I don't say that necessarily derogatory, because I enjoyed Avatar when I watched both the series, I guess it would be, right? But looking a little bit of the footage, yeah, it's kind of, I guess it's kind of neat that, they try to put in the moves and everything like that. Personally, I think the game actually looks pretty ugly. I know there seems to be some discussion. Does the game look ugly? Does it not look ugly? I'm in the camp. I think the game looks ugly. It animates very terribly. But it's cool that maybe people, they're fans of Avatar, wanted a fighting game. But for me personally, I mean, you just gotta understand this. That kind of you selling me on a game by showing me again someone doing an infinite in the game when the game has only been beta tested for a single hour. Like, oh, try again, dude. Come back at me. Put in the comments what is the new perspective on this game, and maybe I'll think about it. But I think it goes to show you too that people will try to say that they don't care about combos, and people will say, "Oh, Clayton only does combos" or something like that. You know, the fact that people were getting more hype for Avatar than Marvel Tocon, which I said before, Marvel Tocon actually is a potential new perspective. And that's why the game is interesting to me, because I can see a foundation in the game that there is something to build off, that it might be something a little bit different, right? And not everything can be the same, right? So it's a little bit interesting to me, right? But the fact that people, oh, Avatar is so amazing because of combos, yet you motherfuckers, the FGC get angry and try to write weird shit about me. And their little Clayton can only do combos. He never won. Oh, wait, yeah, I guess he did win too. Oh, please don't look that up, blah, blah, blah. You guys are the ones that care about combos, right? You guys care about combos more than I do. That's I've said this before about fighting games. You could say the best and the worst thing about fighting games are that there has to be a winner and there has to be a loser. And not everybody is meant to be a competitive player, and I don't consider myself a competitive player either, right? And when I did play competitively, even though I didn't play like other people, I just said I was lucky that I won, right? Not me saying that I'm better than other people, right? I feel lucky, but a fact is a fact. But a lot of people will never be at a level where they can even be competitive to win. And so I think there's this thing that, well, even if I can't win, maybe I can be the guy to do the combos or something like that, right? And then a lot of people, they feel like, oh, I can't even do a combo, right? And then there's the whole, I've made videos about this before, talking about we have things like Instagram and all this kind of stuff, and instant gratification of posting a selfie or something like that, or instant gratification of, Twitter posting a combo. And that just shows how, vapid, I guess the video game community is now, that you guys get a boner about, again, the game's been out an hour in a beta test and you're posting it infinite, like, wow, so amazing. Like, it's kind of childish to me personally, but whatever. Again, you don't have to not play the game. I don't control what is fun for you, right? I encourage you to play what you think is fun, but for me, it just doesn't necessarily interest me. And when I go back, I look at Marvel Tocon. I think as the beta went on, it looked like some more people were doing combos, and that's what I said. I could see that there's combos in the game. Don't think the game is rocket science, but when I looked at the footage, God, if I ever got into any of these betas, I'm sure I could bust out combos all the time. I still say, and I stand by what I've said for Marvel Tocon. I hope that there's X-Men characters that I actually want to play, that actually kind of gives me a little bit of an inkling to maybe play the game. Gambit, Cyclops, Psylocke, Rogue. I say Sentinel, although Sentinel is kind of, God, Capcom really made Sentinel their own thing. So who even knows if a Sentinel would be in a game like this, right? But I want to play, a character that I want to play. I don't care about Iron Man, Storm, Captain Commando, Dr. Doom. Those characters don't interest me, right? So if there's not a character you don't want to play, and I've said this many times before, a lot of times you only play a fighting game because there's a specific character you like, right? And sometimes there's even a character that, like, oh, maybe you don't like, say, Ryu in Street Fighter 2, but maybe you liked Ryu in Street Fighter 3 because you like Denjin Hadouken setups or whatever, right? A lot of times you might only just play a fighting game or go back to one fighting game because you like this specific character, right? And Marvel Tocon for me, there's just, I don't feel an inkling to play as it is because there's just no character that sticks out to me as somebody that I would want to play. But other than that, I hope they have X-Men characters. I said before that I hope that they just add some more layers to the game, because what did I say right when I was dissecting the game? I was like, this is how the combo system works. When you call an assist, resets the tech buffer. When you hit the wall, resets the tech buffer. Your moves work different, right? But I said my fear was that this gimmick of the game needs to be fleshed out because it's going to get boring too quickly. And that seemingly has happened sooner than later. A lot of people are like, oh, it's getting a little bit boring. And, I don't like that they double down on, because again, if you watch my original videos, when you were comboing the guy, you actually could miss your assist and it still reset your tech buffer. But looking at this current beta, they unfortunately doubled down and they made the assist always hit the guy when you're comboing the guy, which kind of sucks because, again, when I looked at those original beta footages and I talked about it, you could actually be comboing the guy, then whiff an assist, and it still reset your tech buffer. So then you could keep hitting the guy to get like more damage with the reset tech buffer. But looks like they already removed that, which is unfortunate because, again, I said the assist, I hope there's another layer to it. And if anything, they made it worse, right? Like I was like, I don't know if you need characters that have different kind of flow charts. Like not everyone starts off with a rush assist. Maybe your character's original assist is their anti-air assist. Maybe one character's original assist is their neutral assist or something, their versatile assist or something. But that needs to be fleshed out. And like I said before, for the backgrounds, I hope that they do some more backgrounds because it's one of the gimmicks of the game. So far, we have seen that does appear to be what they're doing. There's a longer stage now. There's a more closer stage. Now I just hope, again, that they do a vertical stage, going up or down, something like that. So you could have some vertical characters versus horizontal characters. I hope that they do a danger room stage, where the background keeps, this wall can be cracked now. This wall can't be cracked there, blah, blah, blah. Something like that. And I hope that, I hope that they add some more. I know one guy was posting that he thinks this is a bad idea, which doesn't make sense to me. I hope that because the game is so focused on different walls and everything like that, I hope they do fun stuff like, say, have a Cyclops, where Cyclops, if there's no wall to break and he shoots his laser beam, it goes off the screen. But if there's a wall with the corner, whatever, and he laser beams, then the laser beam can bounce off the wall and bounce off different directions. I think that would be fun, right? We have corner combos. Why can't we have corner moves? We've already seen in the game that, Spider-Man does a web shot, slingshot thing, grappling hook, whatever, and he kicks you. If there's not like a corner, you get shot to the other side of the screen. If there's a corner, you wall bounce. So why can't we have stuff like Cyclops doing a laser beam? Laser beam goes off the screen. Now laser beam does it and it can bounce off and you can do weird setups. I know one guy was saying he thinks that's too wacky. I don't think that's too wacky at all, right? This is an example, and this is why I say that Marvel Tocon is interesting, because it's an example of a game that is giving you the potential to have a new perspective. We don't have a Cyclops like this in another fighting game. Right? Just like I said, maybe there could be a Doctor Strange. There's normally not a corner in this stage, right? Because normally you can kick the guy to the other screen. Maybe Doctor Strange, he does some voodoo magic and he puts up a wall for a little bit, right? I don't know. Iceman puts up a wall, some kind of shit like that, dude. There needs to be some more layers. But the thing that is interesting to me about Marvel Tocon is there is a foundation that makes it fathomable that they could do this, which for someone that's been in the game, so to speak, since Street Fighter 2, I think is interesting, right? So yeah, basically Marvel Tocon, and of course it probably wouldn't hurt to take away like let it so a character solo can probably do a hit 2 or more, right? You could probably make the game a little bit more loose, in terms of the tech buffer, even without like a wall splatter and assist. But generally speaking, although I don't think the game is rocket science, at least there's a new perspective that is potential, has possibility right now. I think it's interesting that, people have talked shit about Marvel Tocon so quickly. And it's like, but you have people hyping up. Well, it is getting shit on a lot, of course. Now, more so now, it is getting shit on a lot, quite a bit. Like I said, I don't know if there's been a game hated on as much as 2XKO since maybe Street Fighter versus Tekken, right? A game that was shilled, to such a degree. I can't even think of a game that was, supposed to be amazing or hyped up as much as 2XKO was, and now gets shitted on so often since maybe Street Fighter versus Tekken. Before that, I would say maybe Capcom Fighting Jam, but Capcom Fighting Jam wasn't really hyped up that much, but it died pretty quickly, But, I mean, we've only had a couple betas of the game, right? Give it a little bit of a chance, right? I mean, Christ, dude, are you guys telling me that I'm more optimistic than you? I mean, God, you guys act like I'm the Grinch, and somehow I'm more optimistic than you. Sometimes it seems like, but I don't know. I still hold out hope for Marvel versus Tocon a little bit, right? Because there's a new perspective there. But when we look at Avatar, you guys show me clips of people doing infinites an hour. Get out of here. Come on, man. That's not going to interest me. Anyway, if you like the videos, like, sub, silly comment, share, support the channel if you can. Appreciate it. Thanks. The end.